Make sure you go subscribe to Torture Talk After Hours. All right, man, Torture Talk, you know what it is, man. Thank y'all for joining me. I truly appreciate y'all. I'm back in the studio. So, Drake and Adin Ross, they seem to can't shake this court stuff, man. They still coming after these dudes. All right, man, Torture Talk, you know what it is, man. Thank y'all for joining me. I truly appreciate y'all for clicking the video. All right, so look, man, I'm back in the studio. So 30 for 30 will continue on Monday. I might even come out tomorrow night because it wasn't right that I wasn't here. So I might come out tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I might do a 30 for 30. I'm not sure. But Monday for sure, I will be doing a 30 for 30. The weekend, 2 mixtapes. And I got some freestyles that I'm going to be bringing up. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we going to get into that too. Either way, all the beautiful single sex ladies, I love you. All the fellas, y'all know what's up, man. King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from. If you want to leave a donation, links on the screen, Cash App, all that good stuff. And also too, man, if you want to join the Patreon, it's going crazy right now. Link is in the description. And Trust Talk. I just put up a post to Trust Talk. Go over there, subscribe, man. I'll be talking about some relationship topics over there. Things that have things to do with just relationships, in my opinion, on dating and all types of stuff. So make sure you go check that out. You know what I mean? Ain't really a lot to do with the pop culture thing. It's just basically stuff that's going on in the area, in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, Drake, Adin Ross, they just can't shake this court stuff, man. And they back outside. So we're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to dissect, man. I'm just getting back into the groove of things. I got it. You know what I'm saying? It was a long flight, man. It's a long flight. Whew. I'm back. All right, so look, man. 25,000, 50,000 giveaway cash prize, and $1 million on my giveaway car. So let's get to it, man. Let's do it. All right, man. This comes courtesy of The Ville. Shout out to The Ville, man. So glad to be back, man. Let's go.
Drake's days in court are not over. It looks like it's still going in different states. After the recent outcome in Virginia, it looks like New Mexico has took a different turn. But this is a battle across multiple jurisdictions, across multiple states, where they think differently of each other. Each judge that is assigned this case having to deal with Drake and Stake and Adin Ross, they have a different outcome for each of these situations. And this is happening in New Mexico right now. Drake is currently...
You see how this works, though? See how crazy this is? So Drake takes the music industry to court for Not Like Us, right? Or he takes UMG to court for Not Like Us, saying Not Like Us defamed him and disparaging comments and all this good stuff, right? And now look, he's tied up in legal battles throughout the United States. That has nothing to do with Not Like Us. See how crazy that is? You open Pandora's box and this is what happens, man. It's crazy.
Facing a situation involving New Mexico where they don't know what the outcome is going to be, at least for the time being. It says here that Drake's Stake fight turns New Mexico into nationwide legal battleground. Drake's Stake case reaches a key New Mexico test as both camps battle over discovery, jurisdiction, and a longer court pause. It says here Drake's New Mexico fight has become a legal battleground as federal courts split over Stake's cases and plaintiffs pursue his promotional records. An August 13th joint report reviewed by all hip-hop shows both sides demanding opposite paths from Chief U.S. District Judge Kenneth Gonzalez. The plaintiffs want another 90-day pause or court-approved discovery into how Drake's Stake campaign reached New Mexico resident. Without discovery, plaintiff cannot ascertain the exact number of New Mexico residents that has subscribed to Drake's Kick.com channel, or that Drake has targeted with promotional content and convinced people to use stake.us. But the court can reasonably infer from Drake's substantial follower count and widespread influence on young people nationwide, as well as from plaintiff's experience, that Drake has conducted at least a single transaction within New Mexico, their lawyers had wrote. So the plaintiffs...
I'll be honest with y'all, he's going to win this. And the reason why I think Drake is going to win this is because most of the stuff that I'm hearing and reading, it's all opinionated. They don't really have any proof that he's actually doing these things that they're saying he's doing. They really don't. If we're going to get into morals and what's right and him promoting it, yeah, I can actually agree to that I think he's wrong for doing that, but I don't know if that's illegal to the point where, because my thing is, it would be cut and dry. It wouldn't be so, they wouldn't be jumping through so many hoops to get to this man. If he wasn't, if he was guilty of doing something, trust and believe he would be, I'm not going to say he would be locked up, but it would definitely be much more easier to get him on. But I'm looking at it now, and it just seems to me like a lot of these different court cases from this kick and this streaming is mostly opinionated. I don't like the fact that you are making money off of persuading people to gamble, especially young people. But I haven't seen them present any evidence that I could say, yeah, he did it to the point where he should go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's kind of like advertising something. Like if you go to a casino and they advertising something outside of the casino, win big if you play this hand and do this, blah, 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 blah. I really don't see no difference with what he's doing when it comes to that. But I know people were saying that what he's doing is, and now this could be wrong. They're saying that not wrong in the sense of he's wrong, but wrong like what he's doing is wrong. Like it's not good. Stake is giving him money, or Kick is giving him money to pretend he has all this money to gamble, but it's really not him gambling his money. He's him gambling their money to get people to gamble their money. Now that could be something up with that. Now I don't know if that's a loophole or something legal. I don't know. But I think that if that's the case and they found some loophole to get away with it, it's going to be hard for them to convict. But if there is a law somewhere, yeah, he's going to get in trouble. They're all going to get in trouble. But I'll tell you like this, like he probably will win this case, but down the line, yeah, something might happen.
Nathaniel and Rory are pursuing claims involving Drake's promotion to stake.us and alleged gambling losses. They want the case to remain in federal court and want access to information about Drake's promotional activities. However, there is a problem. The problem is that they apparently don't have the evidence yet. Showing exactly how many New Mexico residents were reached out by Drake's stake promotion is something that they still have to prove. And that's why they're asking for a discovery. They argue one in-state transaction could trigger New Mexico's long-arm law and justify reviewing Drake's partnership details and marketing strategy. Drake's earlier declaration says he never directed, tailored, or targeted his stake.us related promotional content specifically to New Mexico residents or to the New Mexico market, and never created stake.us related content with the intention or understanding that his content, Drake's content, would be used to advertise stake specifically in the state of New Mexico. So this is Drake's response, and Drake is basically denying it, saying that he had no responsibility for what he was doing, despite the fact that he is doing promotional content for stake. Him saying that he didn't target New Mexico specifically, to me, that doesn't make any sense, because you're promoting this to everybody in America. You're promoting this to everybody in Canada, basically everywhere you have an audience, which is at this point globally, because Drake is somebody that everybody knows about. So for you to say that.
Well, I mean, I have to say, if he's saying that he didn't target New Mexico, but you're saying that he basically is everywhere, it's kind of like saying like I mean, can you really say that he targeted them specifically? You could say that. So if he target the United States, that doesn't necessarily mean he targeted them specifically, but they will fall under that umbrella. So I mean, I don't know how I would say if you target somebody straight up versus if you were to assault a whole crowd. You get what I'm saying? So if you was to assault a whole crowd, it would be different from you just targeting one person. But if you saying that the target is the whole crowd and New Mexico is a part of that crowd, then I can understand why you would say that. So
we weren't targeting New Mexico directly. To me, I don't really agree with that because the promotion is to target every single person in every single state. But the plaintiffs have to prove that this was done in New Mexico, I guess, for this to carry on even further. So at this case, the plaintiffs are asking for the judge to give them a 90-day pause, giving them more time to prove this information. Or if they could just go and get a court-approved discovery into Drake's stake promotion. They specifically want to investigate how Drake's campaign allegedly reached people in New Mexico. So, of course, getting a discovery is going to be a lot better than waiting 90 days. The other interesting part about them asking for a discovery to prove the promotion that Drake is doing is also them implying they don't need thousands or hundreds for proof. They just need one for proof. I think that's the big take.
It's another thing, too, that I think is kind of weird that everybody's saying, like, if they're looking for a discovery to find out whether he did something or not, and they're hiding that, there must be something there. Now, I know I'm saying that it's all opinionated, because at this point it is, because we don't have no evidence of him doing any of these things. Now, if once it comes to a time when if they do get the discovery, then it'll be something different. Do I believe that Drake is him and Stake and Kick is plotting to get persuade people? Yes. But do I have the evidence of that? No, I don't. It's just my feeling. And I can't go off of that. I mean, because I'll be here all day.
Away here. If they could prove that one person was influenced by Drake to use Stake, then at that point, they're able to prove their case. Now, this is very important as well. The jurisdiction clash arrives after Virginia judge ordered arbitration in a related Stake lawsuit on July 30th. The new filing says Stake also won arbitration in South Carolina, while a Minnesota judge refused and Stake appealed to the 8th Circuit. Those mixed outcomes place New Mexico at the center of a broader fight over whether these claims remain public or move behind closed doors. All Hip Hop previously detailed Drake's attempt to force arbitration in the New Mexico case, which began with allegations involving Stake.us promotions and gambling losses. And then suddenly...
One thing I will say that it's gotten to this point where this must be a big deal that most people are not talking about, is they found a way to gamble and make money, and the federal government can't really touch them. But trust me when I tell you, the federal government, they don't like stuff like that. And I'm telling you now, they'll find something, some law from 1961. They'll find some law somewhere, and they'll be like, "Oh, you violated the clause from 1961, the state versus Joe Minjon. This the case that we citing from." They're gonna find something. They're gonna find something, because they always do. Telling you, they always do. They just ain't find it yet. Or maybe they're just dragging it out. Who knows? But something's coming. Trust me.
This becomes a battle of arbitration. Drake and the other defendants are trying to get the dispute into arbitration rather than have it play out publicly in federal court. This is what they did in Virginia. And this is because of the terms and conditions that the user has signed off of when they made their Stake account. It defaults everything into arbitration. And for a lot of people who don't know what arbitration is, it's basically a private alternative to going to court. So instead of it going to face a jury or a judge, they try to settle the situation outside of a courtroom. But an arbitrator is supposed to handle the situation fairly. But they want to default on arbitration because they don't want this to go to a public courtroom. They don't want this to ever get near a judge or a jury or discovery, potential trial, judgment, or anything. They want everything to be done in private. They want all their information to remain private. And if they could do arbitration for every single state that has a lawsuit pinned against them. But you could tell as this New Mexico case is starting to develop that not everybody is going for that. And this is why Drake's situation with Stake is never going to go away. It says maintaining a stay would substantially prejudice defendants Graham and Ross because it may be months, if not longer, before the motion to compel arbitration in Adin is fully and finally resolved. Defense lawyers had wrote, Drake and Ross want to stay.
And that's another question you have to ask. Why do they want to go into arbitration if they don't have anything to hide? And I know people say that all the time. Maybe the public scrutiny is the reason why. Who knows? Maybe that's the reason why. It could be that. Some people don't want, some people don't want things to be public. They really don't.
Partly lifted so they can refile dismissal motions while Stake's arbitration request awaits the Illinois ruling. Gonzalez, the judge, has not ruled, and plaintiffs proposed another status report by November 11th if he extends the stay for 90 days. So this is becoming a battle if they're going to be put in arbitration or not. But what makes the situation interesting is that every single state is not going to look at it the same way. Every single judge is not going to look at it the same as the other judges that were in South Carolina, that were in Minnesota, that were in Virginia. If one judge ordered arbitration in one area, that doesn't mean that they're going to order arbitration everywhere else. And Minnesota is proof of that. Will New Mexico join Minnesota and have the same type of agreement, have the same type of stance? And will Stake have to appeal to the 8th Circuit again? Again, appealing to the 8th Circuit simply just means that they had to go to the higher ups because they didn't agree with them. In theory, if New Mexico declines to force the case into arbitration, that would be a significant development for the plaintiffs, but it wouldn't mean that Drake and Stake automatically lose the lawsuit, but the case will stay in federal court. The plaintiffs could push for a discovery. Drake could still fight the lawsuit on other grounds. The case could become much more public, which is the reason why they want these things to go to arbitration in the first place, because they want everything to remain private, low key, and no discovery is needed, no judge needed, no jury needed. We don't need everybody to dig into our business. You see what I'm saying? Like they're at this point, they want people to just mind their business because they don't want everyone looking into them at the same time, especially when a case like this could go public if it continues to stay in court. The New Mexico decision could become more important because courts are split. Virginia has already ordered arbitration in a related state case. Minnesota went the other way and Stake appealed to the 8th Circuit. So I think the biggest potential consequence for Drake, if New Mexico says, no, we're not compelling arbitration, the plaintiffs can essentially ask for a discovery that they've been asking for a while now. And that's potentially where things get more interesting. They could try to attain information relevant to their claim about Drake's promotional activity and the alleged connection between his promotions and Stake. So if the arbitration is granted, the case goes behind closed doors. If the arbitration is denied, the public case potentially continues. Discovery becomes the next major battle. And that discovery is what could potentially put more information about Drake-Stake relationship into the court record. And just because it couldn't happen in Virginia, just because it couldn't happen in Carolina, that doesn't mean that it can't happen in New Mexico or it can't happen in Minnesota. So when people talk,
this is going to be a real difficult one. It's going to be a real difficult one for Aubrey and their team. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I think that if it all comes down to it, they're just going to get a fine. That's it. It's nothing going to really happen. Nobody's going to go to jail. At least I don't think they are. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get a fine. They're not going to get no time. But who knows? But thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Told you talk. Peace. Bye. Hey, real quick. This channel is being powered by me, but it's sponsored by the greatest sponsors in the world, you and everybody on this page. So thank you. If you want to join the Patreon, link is in the description. Over there, I do full breakdowns, full reactions that YouTube can't block or demonetize. And you'll get a glimpse into my personal life that I can't show on YouTube. So thank you very much. I appreciate y'all for being here with me every day. Now back to the video.